Hey beauties, welcome back to another edition of I Am TJ. This time we're going to do a video on this nice kid dead zombie look. So we're going to get into it. This is my first theatrical makeup attempt. So let's just see how I achieve this look. So first, all over his face, I used Milk of Magnesia as a primer to hold all of the makeup down that I'm going to put all over his face. Then I used a CoverGirl makeup foundation in the color Ivory. I'm putting that all over his face using a flat kabuki brush. Now you guys, what I'm doing is I'm putting the white base paint makeup all over his face. This is just an all white thick facial makeup foundation. This is going to help me give him that ashy, kind of grayish, no color, dead people look that we see people do for zombie makeup attempts. I'm just putting it all over and I'm making sure that there's full coverage and I'm making sure that the coverage is on there right. Then you guys, I topped the white foundation that I put all over his face, the white makeup. I topped it with a translucent powder to set it all. Now I'm using my eyeshadow palette. I'm using this red eyeshadow, putting it all over his eyes so that I can give the illusion that he was once bruised and that he's now giving that dead, bruised kind of look to his eyes and his lips. I'm using my eyeshadow palette by Morphe brushes. Now I am also taking that same eyeshadow palette by Morphe and I'm using a black eyeshadow. The black eyeshadow I'm putting all over his eyes, and that's going to help give the illusion that there was some kind of bruising done to his face. Now what I'm doing is I'm using my Sleek contour kit and I'm going to kind of contour around his face to give some more bruising, dirty, dusty, old, kind of dead, dying skin look to his face. So what I've done so far for this piece right here, I had already marked on his head where I was going to put the bullet wound. So it's kind of like a tattoo. What you do is you put it on dry surface of skin and it peels off kind of like a tattoo. You put it up to the skin, you place it there, and you wet the back of it. Make sure that it's wet all the way around like you see me doing here, and you peel it off. But you have to make sure that it's really nice and wet so that it sticks to the face and blends in pretty good. So here it is. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm concealing around the bullet wound to give it a more natural look so that it can look as if it actually was a wound on his face. Now I'm using some latex glue that comes in theatrical makeup kits so that I can prep his wound for blood. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm adding some blood around the wound to give it a fresh, realistic look for Halloween night. So I took some blood in a spray bottle and I sprayed on his face to kind of give some blood staining, and then later on in the video you'll see me go back and add some more fresh liquid blood. So right here I'm taking that same Morphe eyeshadow palette, I'm taking the black eyeshadow, I'm adding it all over his eyes to give more of a bruising look. I felt like he needed more black eyeshadow so that his face could give more of a bruised look. The red peeking through the black really gives that look as if at one point he was either sick and or injured. The black eyeshadow on top of that, on top of the red, really gives that sick, dead person look. Here I'm just adding some more latex so that I can add some blood and the blood have something to stick to once I put it on his face. So I'm using a synthetic hair flat top brush, or flat brush rather, not flat top, to add some blood to his wound and kind of give the illusion that it's kind of drizzling down the side of his face. He's saying he likes it a lot. He's getting really excited. I am too, as we're building this look. Is really starting to come together, and I just was really excited about the way that it was coming out, and you can see he's really excited too. Alright, so you guys, here's another kind of tattoo stick-on to help his look come together. This one right here is going to give the illusion that he was cut across the throat. You put it on dry skin. Again, you push it up there, you wet it all over, and then it peels off very much like a temporary tattoo. So you can see that it's on there now, and kind of fan it dry before you start to make any changes to it. I'm adding some more latex to this particular area so that I can add some fresh blood to it also, so that I can give it even more of a look. More of a fresh wound type of look. So in this part of the video, I'm adding some black liquid liner to his eyes. I didn't feel that the black eyeshadow was dark enough and deep enough. So I wanted to darken his eyes a little bit more because I knew as the night went on that some of his makeup would start to fade. So I put some more black liquid liner all over his eyes, and then now I'm adding some black eyeshadow on top of that to smoke it out a little bit so that it doesn't look as harsh, and that the black would actually look a little deeper and darker. Just touching them up here, adding some more blood, because as it dried I can see where we needed some more staining. Don't want it to be too fresh looking because he is supposed to be a zombie. So just trying to give more effect to the makeup look. So here, you guys, I'm taking the same Morphe palette and I am brushing some black and brown eyeshadow together, brushing it across his lips, and here I'm just touching up some more areas of the face to give his face the illusion of rotting, deadening skin. So here I'm just trying to make his hands match his face to give him that dead zombie look. I'm taking the white paste that I put all over his face. I'm adding that to his hands all over. Then you'll see me taking my sleek contour kit and just kind of darkening up his knuckles, his fingertips, around his cuticle areas to give the illusion of dirt and bruising, aging, old skin. So here is where I'm going across his knuckles and his fingertips, his cuticles, and just trying to give the same look to his hands as I did to his face. Here's the final look, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me and tuning into I Am TJ Halloween edition for 2015. I hope you guys enjoyed my first theatrical look. Please, please, please thumbs up my video, leave me some comments, and please don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you girlies back again for another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Smooches.